universe is millions and billions of years old and that science has proven it. It is a lie. As of date, not one single shred of evidence has ever been brought forth to show that we evolved. Microevolution, which is simply variation within a species, does in fact exist. This presents no problem for Christianity. God said that they would produce after their kind. A beagle, a wolf, a coyote, and a fox are all the same kind, canine. No evolution involved, simply variation within the kind, God's creativity. Macroevolution, which changes from one kind to another, has never occurred. It has never been observed, and it has never been shown to take place in the past. Dogs don't become horses, and yet our schools continue to push this satanic agenda down our throats, lying to our children in the textbooks. The Miller-Urey experiment, a lie and misleading. The Haeckel embryo chart, a lie and misleading. Missing link Lucy, a lie and misleading. The geologic column, a lie and misleading. Why do we allow lies to be taught to our children? We must repent and acknowledge our Creator, or America will be destroyed. And finally, my fellow Americans, we have allowed hidden elitists to take control of this great country. We have been manipulated and brainwashed into thinking that the way the media portrays society is the way things really are. And it starts at the most basic levels. Time and again, we are told that we are spreading democracy, that America is great because of its democracy. But we aren't supposed to be a democracy. Democracy is a bad thing for a Christian society. Remember, think back to school. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. We were founded as a constitutional republic, not a democracy. But we don't even know the difference anymore. A republic based on our Constitution says that every single individual in this country has inalienable rights given to him by God that are clearly defined in the Constitution and Bill of Rights and cannot be taken from that individual no matter what. If 99% of you decide that I can't read my Bible, guess what? A constitutional republic protects me. If 99% of you say that I can't preach Christ, guess what? A constitutional republic protects me. But a democracy is a horse of a different color. In a democracy, majority rules. If 51% decide that I can't read my Bible, guess what? I'm considered an outlaw for reading my Bible. If 51% decide that I can't preach Jesus, guess what? I am punished for obeying God. And today, because of our lax immigration laws and our desperate plight to unite with the rest of the world, the majority of the vote will probably be anti-Christian. A loss of freedom for one individual is an attack on freedom for all. And nowadays, with electronic voting, we have no paper record. We can't prove who voted for whom. The ones who run the machines dictate our policies. That brings me to point number 2 regarding our brainwashing. We are given a choice between Republican and Democrat at the polls, with a third party here or there. The problem is there is no difference between the two parties. They issue rhetoric on emotional issues like abortion and homosexual marriage, but they unite on world government. We are voting between two managing parties working for the same owners. A wise saying says to follow the money. God said that money is the root of all kinds of evil, and that you cannot serve God and money. It's one or the other. Our money is controlled by a very, very small percentage of the population. And in America, it comes from the Federal Reserve, a privately owned bank that is no more federal than Federal Express. This bank stole the constitutional rights of Congress to issue money and started charging the American people interest to use their own money. Our income tax is not used to fund government. It is used to redistribute wealth, to take a large chunk of your money and give it to the rich bankers. When you start to research who owns what in this world, it becomes quite terrifying. Almost everything is owned by a small cabal of satanic elitists, men and women so entrenched in the occult that they no longer operate on their own prerogative, but rather carry out the orders of their demonic masters. Those orders are to unite this world for the coming Messiah, the anti-Messiah, the devil himself. They have taken control of our government and are quickly advancing their satanic agenda. So what must we do? As a nation, we must turn back to God, the true God, Yahweh. He came to this earth as a man, Jesus Christ. If we want true change and not just rhetoric, we must apply the following 11 principles. Number 1, end the Federal Reserve System. Right now, private bankers control our monetary system. It was not meant to be this way. Our founding fathers warned of giving control to a central bank. Section 8 of the Constitution gives money-making power to Congress, and thereby we, the people. If Congress produces its own money, using our nation's gold supply as the backing for that money, we need not ever pay interest on it. No more unconstitutional income tax. This is just redistribution of the wealth. We pay a huge part of our income on this tax, which pays the interest that the Fed charges to borrow money to our government. The Fed is owned by the uber-rich of the world, so we, the common man, pay the rich to get richer. Number 2, seal up the borders. No one gets in without going through the proper channels, learning English, pledging sole allegiance to America, learning the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, etc. To live here, you must become a sold-out American. No more working here and sending your money back to your mother country. No more living here while flying the flag of another country. We can be a melting pot society, but that melting pot must be made out of Americans. Number 3, end outsourcing of business. You cannot own a company in America while producing your product somewhere else. Build factories here. Hire employees here. Keep our natural resources and our wealth here. Number 4, pull out of all foreign affairs. Let the world do what the world wants to do. We need to be separatists. Worry about America, not the rest of the world. We are not the world police, and we shouldn't have anything to do with foreign countries. Unless they directly attack us, then we annihilate them and come home. Number 5, pull out of the UN, the World Trade Organization, etc. We don't need world government. As Americans, we shine for being different. We are a constitutional republic where every individual is guaranteed inalienable rights. The rest of the world has communism, tyranny, monarchies, non-Christian democracies, socialism, and fascism. We don't need those kind of people deciding our policy and dictating the way we live. We stand alone. Number 6, put God back in the schools. Since 1963, when prayer was eliminated from school, every single problem you can think of has skyrocketed. Teen pregnancy, teen suicide, murder, rape, divorce, sex before marriage, homosexuality, etc. It's direct cause and effect. If we don't have God to guide us, we will adopt a satanic philosophy that says, do whatever you will. Kids need to know that there's a higher power that demands morality. Number 7, end evolutionary teaching. This goes hand in hand with number 6. If we are taught that we are nothing more than evolved animals, then we will act like animals. This theory has been proved false. and yet it is propagated and forced on us as if it were fact. Children should not be lied to. God created the universe and everything in it. Number 8, get rid of the IRS, FEMA, Homeland Security, and the CIA. All are evil, corrupt organizations who act more like crime syndicates than law enforcement agencies. The IRS is a tool that the Federal Reserve uses to enforce its illegal and unconstitutional laws. The CIA is the strong arm for the secret government that runs the show behind the scenes. The CIA is responsible for illegal wars, terrorism, torture, murder, genocide, revolutions, government overthrows, and more. The CIA is also responsible for a major part of the drug trafficking in America. Number 9, end media corruption. Our media outlets are controlled by the same forces running our government. How can we ever expect to get fair and unbiased journalism? And even biased journalism would be better than what we have right now. Now we get propaganda and lies. There needs to be a truly free press. Number 10, end the two-party system. We have been conditioned to think that there are really only two choices for political office, Republican and Democrat. Why? Because both are under control of the same forces. Anyone under any ticket should be eligible for office. They should get equal opportunity, equal funding, and equal media coverage. Number 11. And finally, this is the last one, people. Go back to a constitutional republic. We are not a democracy. Unfortunately, we may be too late. People seem to enjoy their ignorance. Unless we as a nation turn wholeheartedly back to God, destruction is imminent. This nation is on its very last legs. We are down to the final hours. The neck is in the noose. The executioner is about to pull the lever. Those of us who have committed to Jesus Christ must stand firm. Even in the face of persecution and death, we must remain faithful to Him who was faithful unto death. He will comfort us. He will provide, and He has promised eternal rewards. Will you trust Him, or do you value comfort above Christ? God bless you. And the United States of America, bless God.